In this session, we are going to learn the second chapter, first unit. Okay. Before starting with today's content, let us recall what we had studied in the previous class. In the previous class, we had learnt about the meaning of sociology and the definitions given by different sociologists, as well as the importance of sociology and also the relationship between sociology and other contents of social science like political science and history, psychology, so on. Then the contributions of Indian sociologists in the field of sociology. All these contents we had learned under chapter 1. In today's topic, we are going to learn about content which is an integral part of sociology, that is, a part of society. It's nothing but your and our culture. As I told you, sociology is nothing but the study of society. It is for well-being of everyone. The picture, what you see on the slide, it is for the well-being of everyone. Many integral part of the day-to-day life we find in the society, that is of health, then the community, employment, empowerment, education, and also the culture. Culture being an integral part of the society, what is its contribution in the society and the healthy society we are going to learn in this particular chapter. Okay, so culture is a way of learning. It is for the betterment of the society. It has to be followed by the people and for the betterment of entire world. It makes the life different, that too in the progressive way. Okay, study the slides properly. You will come to know about the gist of the word culture. Culture is not only with the change what we see in our day-to-day life, in every walks of life. Okay, it has a vivacious meaning, that is a very broad meaning. Culture includes the art and drama, music. It is also an integrated part with the attitudes. It has beliefs binding within it, and people who speak different languages, they follow different culture. It is a study of the people who are speaking different languages and the customs and rituals followed by the people, then the behavior of every human being. It makes the difference because of their culture, background, cultural background. Faith and the religion, you all know that we have different religion in the world which has been followed by the people, and the food habits. It's not the same that what we follow in our uh, um, community. Not only with the community, when you take example of the different communities in our country and the regions in our country, they vary with the food habits, culture, then the beliefs and languages what they speak. All these things varies from one region to another region. So these differences, how it brings people together for common goal. That is what this lesson is all about. Okay. Culture is the ideas, it is the custom, and the social behavior of a particular people are the society. So, this, as we had seen in the previous slide, it has a broader meaning, okay, and it helps us to transfer the knowledge, experience, beliefs, and values in everyone's life, and also the good behavior and hierarchical system from one generation to another generation, that is relationship from one generation to another generation. It just carries, it helps us to carry certain values from one generation to another generation. It has been used with the uh, special sense in sociology and as well as the anthropology. Anthropology is nothing but it is the study of human society, human life, evolution of human life, not only the human society. Human society is sociology. Study of human society is sociology. Anthropology is study of human behavior. That too, evolution of human life and as well as the human behavior. This culture is called as a system of life and the knowledge shared among the social groups. So we are not only having one particular group in the society, we are having people from the different communities coming together who belong to different social groups. Okay, it can be divided based on the divided. It can be divided based on their region and as well as their customs and traditions. Okay, and the language, based on their based on the language, customs and traditions, rituals what they follow, the groups have been made in the society, and such social groups makes so much of difference in sharing and caring, and that knowledge what we acquire with the help of sociology is an integral part of this culture. Culture is uh, a pattern of life, okay? Pattern of life of a group of people, and it contains the life of symbols along with the beliefs and the values which are transferred from one generation to another generation. It is not that it has to be learnt by just by seeing and following, adopting it. The family members will start continuing the culture. So this is an integral part of every individual. It gets transformed from one generation to another generation. Take example of you people only. By seeing your parents and the grandparents, you will adopt certain values in your life, and those values will be reflected by the culture which has been imbibed by your grandparents and your parents. So it can be of giving respect towards your elders and treating the guests when they come to your home. That hospitality what you maintain at your home, it also makes the difference, isn't it? So that will be inherited by you from your grandparents and your parents. Human being is not only a social being, is also a cultural being too. He needs to adopt the culture from the society to exist himself in the society. So this brings the social change. So culture is considered as a main aspect of social change. If you can't accept the culture, you cannot live in the society, because you need you need the people around you to uh, make yourself in the society and to lead your life. For that, you have to accept the culture of different people, isn't it? Without accepting the uh, other community people and adopting their culture, you cannot raise yourself in the society, and you cannot make the society to go with an harmonious way. Okay. So it is essential for us to bring the social change within us by accepting the different culture. Coming to the literal meaning of this word culture. Culture is derived from a Latin word colere. Colere means cultivate. It is a Latin word. Colere is a Latin word which means cultivate. During the medieval period, it had the meaning of agriculture. So that is sowing the seed and raising the crops is nothing but cultivate. Cultivate was having a different meaning during the medieval period. But in 18th to 19th century, it started taking its own new dimension, and it indicated the human behavioral patterns which was being identified in the society. Okay, the changes which man brought within himself to get adjusted with the society, and the pattern of life what he led in the society, that made the difference from the agriculture term. Okay, So it just got identified and indicated in the subject, that is sociology, that is human behavioral pattern. Culture dealt with human behavioral pattern in the society. The Western sociologist E.B. Taylor had defined culture as the complex whole which includes knowledge, belief, art, rules, and the regulations, traditions, and any other capabilities earned by the human beings as the member of society. So this was being told by E.B. Tyler, okay, well-known sociologist. Malinowski, even he defined sociology as a tool which has been created by the human beings to design his aims of life is called as culture. To fulfill all his aims, he has designed and he used it, culture as a tool to design his aims. That's what Malinowski, he expressed that human beings have used this culture as a tool to design his aims, his or their aims. So they have defined in their own way. A well-known sociologist by name Ogburn, he divided this culture into two, that is material culture and the non-material culture. Both are made by man only. So material culture, which is of physical object, which you all can see that, and these physical objects can be of the things which are around us and the usage of those things. So for example, you can take the house, buildings around you, bridges, roads, dams, machines, and production center, industries, computer technology. All these are considered to be the material culture which has been erected and uh, uh, designed by human beings. And it is called as a civilization. It is called as a civilization, that is the path of development, the materialistic development, what man has identified, that has been coined as an civilization. Coming to the non material culture, that is of thoughts, ideas, beliefs, values which are not visible. Okay, only you can feel that, you can follow that, and it means the human achievements, traditions, beliefs, rituals, and the customs, and moral values, ideas. All these ideas and ideals have been given shape and designed by the human beings at the particular stage where he wanted to exhibit his talents in the form of art, literature, religion, language, and many other things. And here, under this non-material culture, the changes takes place in a very slow and a progressive manner. As you have studied that word social change, it takes place in a very methodical and slow manner, whereas in the material culture it just takes place swiftly, that is quickly. Okay, so I'll just repeat once again. Material, the two types of culture have been given by Ogburn, well-known sociologist, and the explanation has been given. Material culture, it includes all the objects which you can see through your eyes, isn't it? And this has been used by human beings as a tool to meet their needs. Like, where do you live? You all live in house. How about the birds? They live in nest, and the requirement of human beings or any living creature, the arrangement what the living creature has made, that is called as an material culture. So the list has been given, and this material culture is also identified as the civilization, and it undergoes the swift change, that is nothing but the quick change. Whereas non-material culture, it includes with the thoughts, ideas, it deals with the thinking power, and the ideas, beliefs, and the values, and also the achievements in the field of tradition, belief, rituals, customs, moral values, ideals, art, literature, and religion, language, and many other things. Okay, and here under non-material culture, the cultural change which takes place, it is very slow and it is very progressive. Okay, rational also. Uh, the sociologists have traced out six important features of this culture. The first one is of abstract one. Culture is abstract. It is the life of a social group. The way how the social group in the society lead or live, that is known as the way of life, and this is what abstract. The accepted life is carried from one generation to another generation, so this process of shifting remains abstract. Transformation which takes place, it is not visible. You can feel that change regarding the behavior, humbleness and politeness, all these things. So it just gets passed on from one generation to another generation. Abstract, only you can feel it. Culture is social. It is not personal. It is a subject which deals with interpersonal relationship with the community. It makes sure that man cannot live alone in this world. He needs to fulfill all his desires and aims and ideals by being one among the community or society. So that sharing attitude of man comes in the form of culture. So it brings culture brings everyone together. It helps us to get to oh, get along with one another. Okay, you just take example of the food habits what we have at present. It was not the same when I was like you all, and the Western food, the influence of Western food and the Chinese food, what we have today, it was not so very much around 25 to 30 years before. And the change, what we have accepted the Western community, Western culture, even regarding the dress and the rituals, what we have. And we are living with them, isn't it? The change, what we are seeing from past 4 to 5 decades in our community, it is it in our community or in the society, you take example, it is a change with the Western influence. So this change, what we have accepted, is nothing but a change which leads to sharing and caring. Okay, even though it has harmed to a greater extent our culture, but it's time for us to realize that where we went wrong in protecting our culture. Again, we are going back to Vedas by accepting so many things. You see, regarding the Ayurvedic medicine, we just ignored in the initial, we just ignored by compensating with the allopathy medicine. Now you see the coronavirus can be brought to oh, some extent under control with the help of Ayurvedic medicines and also the herbs and shrubs what we have under Ayurvedic treatment, isn't it? And the Indian traditional way of medicines what we have, that is an actual medicine and which has been accepted universally, and we are able to do this and we are able to follow it at home, isn't it? Even in the form of kashaya and all, your grandparents and parents would have made you to drink. So we have accepted the other culture and the food habits by forgetting ours, but again it has made us to realize that it is so very important, not only with other culture, even our culture has to be sustained by us only. It has to be protected by us. We should take care of it. Okay, culture means coexistence. Sociology itself is a subject which deals with coexistence, cooperation. So culture is an integral part of sociology, as I told. It just gives you an opportunity. You take example of school, where you will meet your friends with different cultural backgrounds. You will share your joys and sorrows with them. You exchange your ideas with them. All this takes place because you are a social being. You have to get along with your partners and people who are of same age group, isn't it? So this is possible with the opportunities which we get in our day-to-day life. This culture also helps us to get the opportunities, and this opportunities makes sure that we will learn many new things from other community people. It helps us to share our traditions with other people, and the values, knowledge and beliefs, and also the different aspects of our life. It can be in the form of dress or in the form of food habits, all these which are needed for our human existence survival. Culture is continuous. It is not that it will be stopped one for one fine day, and again it will be started with a new era with one more this thing. It's not like that. It is continuous. It brings changes within itself, and it keeps on imbibing many new things in everyone's life. Okay, and these changes we can see in the field of art, and also in the field of imagination, rules and regulations which have been formulated into a complex environment, and it sustains itself with minor changes. And these minor changes what we see, uh, it is not of regarding the food habits. We have not forgotten our idli dosas, isn't it? Rice bath items. We have main menu in our day-to-day life. But at the same time, this coffee, bread, and other this thing what we have brought, it is not of our regular meal, isn't it? So the changes what the traditional families have accepted, that is of minor changes. Okay, not the so very orthodox family. The changes has to be accepted by every individual because they have to exist in the society with other uh, uh, community people who are with different cultural background. The last one under the features of culture, that is of culture is diverse. We all know that being an Indian with so much of cultural diversity, uh, we know the meaning of this particular content. That is, we have people from the different cultural background who speak different languages, who follow different culture and traditions, isn't it? So they have their own individuality. When it comes to the nation, they all stand together and they call themselves, we call ourselves as an Indians. Every social group has its own culture, and you just divide India into four this thing based on the directions: North India, South India, East, and the Western India. Each direction, people who are living in this different regions, no, they all have their own cultural backgrounds, and there also they have subdivisions, and many differences are there, and there's no uniformity in their cultural life, isn't it? Every society has its own cultural background. Aspects of culture like customs, moral values, art, beliefs, language differ from one society to another society. These differences are visible in rural areas, urban areas, and even in the tribal societies. Tribal societies means who doesn't come in contact with the rural and the urban people. Rural means village, okay, village. And urban, they are of the people who are with city background, like we people, we are all belong to this urban society. Okay, the tribal people who live in the forest region, that too, the people who have not completely accepted the civilization. Okay, tribal community people. So they vary in their own cultural backgrounds. We have people, tribal communities who are living in this Bilagiri Ranganbetta and even Ooty and Kodaikanal and all. No, there you will find Ooty especially. You will find Ooty and BR Hills and all. You will find the tribal communities who are distinct in their own culture. They differ in food habits, and as well as the dress, what they wear, all these differences we can find, and the language what they speak, that is also different. You can trace out a few things here, what they have given. Okay. They differ in food habits. Then the difference is visible when compared with South Karnataka with North Karnataka. That you can see in North Karnataka, Jolad roti is very famous with Kara chutney. And how about South Karnataka? We are with Ragi mudde and chapatis, rice, especially rice. Even people living in the same place tend to have the different culture. That is what we can see. I gave the example of school. You can take as an best example people from students from different cultural backgrounds. They come together and with a common purpose, that is for education. So this can be achieved with the cooperation and coordination. Okay. So achieving unity in this diversity is very much important. That's what, even though India is divided into many part with the cultural this thing background, but when we are uh, together, we are called as Indians, and that's what. United we stand, divide we fall. We should never become, mm, we should never become to be the prey for division. We should always be united to withstand with the um, enemies, okay, and their attack. So this is what we are following against China and other Pakistan, the neighboring enemies who are trying to divide India, who are trying to disturb the cultural unity of India. That was being given nice setback by our Indian army and as well as the Indians by boycotting their items and all. Chinese items and all we started boycotting already, isn't it? Around 50, no, 60 to 63 apps have been totally boycotted by Indians. Even America has started doing this. They tried to disturb the unity and integrity of the world, and this was being given nice setback to Chinese by other countries in the world. Not only India, even other countries have also decided to teach lesson to China. So ultimately, here I would like to say that we all should be bind with one particular concept, that we are all Indians and we should not get divided based on our culture. So, culture should help us to bring together to lead an harmonious and peaceful life for the betterment of human race. Okay, thank you. Wish you good luck. Have a nice day.